Good morning to you. Time now for business. The government has indicated it will go ahead with the full implementation of the tax stamp program despite threats from some beverage manufacturing firms. The Food and Beverage Association at a news conference threatened to withdraw their products and shut down their operations if government goes ahead with the tax. According to them, the current structure of tax would collapse their businesses if implemented. But government has maintained that even though it is willing to engage them, there's no turning back on this policy. Kweku Kwating is Deputy Minister of Finance.
We're going to implement many tax measures. We're going to implement the fiscal electronic device. We're going to deploy the fiscal electronic devices. The law is in Parliament, I'm sure will be passed shortly. That would allow us to monitor the volumes of sales we'll be starting with big retailers. By big retailers, so that we can know real time how much taxes are due government. That will come. We're rolling out the tax stamp, and I'd like to take this opportunity to communicate very clearly that government is determined to deploy this tax stamp. We are appealing to especially those of our manufacturers who continue to hesitate in taking steps to comply. That government is determined to enforce the Tax Stamp Act, the Excise Tax Stamp Act, and therefore they should take immediate steps to make the arrangements that would make them compliant with the law. Because when the enforcement of the tax stamp policy starts in March, there will be no easing of the pressure for anybody. We would go all out and enforce this. And goods that ought to have the stamps but do not have them will be treated in accordance with law.
But in a related development, an economist, Dr. Eric Osesibi, is asking government to tread cautiously in implementing this policy, looking at their position from some firms.
We all have corporate and social responsibilities, and of course, government can only do much if it has enough revenue, and so it's difficult to hear the manufacturers saying that they cannot comply. I'm not sure whether it is definite that they cannot comply. I think what should have been done is a lot more engagement and education as well as awareness to try to fashion the entire policy out. I mean, with these players, with this industry that is going to comply, because that is, I've read a bit about the policy, and I think that is one of the surest way that we can ensure that we enforce compliance to the tax, because if often with the tax stamp is a presumptive tax. Somebody tells you how much he has produced without you being able to verify. And that has always been the bin, the under declaration of quantities and of the volumes of production. And this particular design of the presumptive tax is to ensure that this bank or the GRA is able to get the correct numbers of the quantities that have been produced. And I think it's a novelty that everyone
They are raising issues about the structure of the tax system, but it looks like this tango itself is not good for the economy. At a time when government is struggling to raise...
To Georgia, I think there would always be a melting pot where the two can agree on the modalities. But as far as I'm concerned, I think it's non-negotiable. We have to do everything possible to implement it, to ensure that government tax yield is increased and the tax compliance is also well enhanced. I mean, it's definitely going to help both the players, it's going to help the entire economy, and it's going to help everyone. If government revenue comes and government is able to undertake the needed infrastructure investment, public investment, I mean, it goes to reduce cost of doing business, it goes to increase productivity, and it goes to increase profitability of these manufacturers.
All right, so the Executive Secretary of the Food and Beverage Association will be my guest this afternoon on the marketplace to explore more issues on this same development. That's it for business. My name is Emmanuel Abuachi. Have a good morning.